Welcome, everyone. So happy to have you and looking forward to sharing Doug and Barb's journey to getting healthier, happier. They are happily married for decades now. I hope I aspire to, with my wife, get to their relationship age as well. They're family focused. They travel the world. They're new to boating with a new hobby. They're super active and they wanted to just better themselves and stay as active, healthy, and energetic as they could. Let's take it away, you two. Thanks so much. And share with our audience who you are and what you do.
Doug and my wife Barbara, we are newly retired for about a year and a half, almost 2 years now. We've settled into retirement quite nicely. We do like to travel. We 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 wanted to get healthier too because we want to. We'll be pushing 70 in a couple of years, and we want to remain healthy so that we can travel and be self-sufficient.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. And where were you last at? I believe you were overseas, right?
Uh, Paris last
Oh,
September.
yeah, September, we were
Yeah.
Paris and Sweden, Switzerland.
Yeah.
You want to be active in all those places. And also, one of the big things that we were working on was a wedding, right? That was a big deadline to look great, feel great. And Barb, I know having those arms in those pictures was important for you.
That was my goal. Was my grandson was getting married, and we had 12 weeks, and I wanted to lose about 15 or 20 pounds, which I did. Doug lost more, so I was happy about that. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. And how did you feel on wedding day in the stunning dress you had?
I felt great. It was not only to get into the dress that I wanted and to lose weight, but to feel good. I noticed that I was starting to feel tired and just not feeling good. My body was aching. I knew that it had to do with the way that I was eating and the lack of exercise. And so I knew something had to be done. And Doug encouraged me to get on the program. Hey, yeah.
Doug, what were some of the results that we had for you? It was a what, 3 decade old
Yeah.
you accomplished?
Huge win for me. Something I didn't know I could possibly be done. I had quit smoking 33 years ago and instantly put weight on and was as high as 235 at one point in my life. Kind of got got it down to around 216, 220. I hovered there for years. My goal was to get to 195 by 1025, by October 25th, which was the wedding day. The day that I broke 200, I sent you a text. I sent Brian a text, and I was just ecstatic. Uh, I haven't been over 200 since, so I got down as far as 193, and I've been kind of hovering there.
Yeah.
Looking to still lose about maybe 8 more pounds.
Yep.
Try to get down at 185, and then I'll take it from there.
Yep. We're on
But
our way.
it was a huge win for me. It really was.
Over 3 decades, last time you're under 200 pounds. That's a significant accomplishment to be able to do it. That's awesome. Super proud of you both for the effort and determination. And Barb put on the afterburners here, right? She was giving you a run for your money.
Yeah.
As we kept going with her focus and getting dialed in, or as my 16-year-old would say, locked in right now. Now, before we started working together, what were you both trying on your own?
We were failing at anything. I mean,
Yeah.
we had no direction. It was just kind of like, oh, I need to lose weight. I'll cut carbs or I'll, just eat less. Not really having the knowledge and the discipline and the training, which we got from you. And, just had you there every moment that we needed you and just encouraging us along the way. I would get a little discouraged because I didn't lose any weight that week, and then we'd hang up and the next day a pound off. So
Right. Right. We're like, oh, we should have just scheduled the call for tomorrow.
Yeah. It's funny that happened like 3 or 4 times. I
Yeah.
wanted to call you a few more times. Yeah. So, yeah, just not getting discouraged. I think that's the big problem with
Yeah.
anybody that tries to get on a program or, change their lifestyles. Discouraged. We get discouraged easily. So having you there to encourage us and to tell us stories about, what's going to happen and
Right.
past experiences, that really helps to keep going for the
Mhm.
goal.
Right. A lot of people, they start off and they might have that early win, and you both had some pretty quick wins before we actually engaged. We had to talk and reframe the mindset, have some insights, share stories of other people's process of how they did to make sure that you did the things you're supposed to do consistently over time, which then got us to the result that we wanted, which was look better, feel better, not only just for the wedding, but the rest of your life. Doug, what were some of the things that you tried before outside of I guess, the 1990s approach of just cutting out carbs and bread and pasta and sugars and stuff?
Right. The ketos, the intermittent fasting, calorie deficit, those kinds of things. I was never really a student of any of them, honestly. Uh, I really didn't dig down deep enough to really understand any of them, honestly. My problem was I never if I would diet in the past, it was mainly calorie deficit or cutting out carbs. And when you cut out carbs, you're not getting the energy you need. Then I found it hard working out. I've always tried to stay in shape and then try to lose weight. But here again, I was never really marrying the two together,
Right.
the nutrition and the workouts. You taught us how to eat properly because we do need carbs. We need to balance our nutrition. And I found myself working out and at the same time I realized I had really never married the two,
Yeah.
which is kind of stupid. It certainly worked. Right now, I'm working out every day. I'm doing something every day. Not crazy workouts. I'm moving right and I'm eating right.
Yep.
So
Yeah. What amazed me is I thought when we started this program that I would be starving for the next 12 weeks. And I wasn't. It was, yeah, I never went to bed hungry. As a matter of fact, there were a couple of times you told me to eat more
Oh,
because I ended up, I was like, wow, this is great. You
there's a
must be.
couple of times, right? Like, well, based on what I see here, I think you might probably go back to the fridge or the kitchen and get something
Yeah.
else to eat, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
that was a surprise to me. The best part about it is not only is looking good is just having a new lifestyle
Yeah.
and just eating right and eating healthy.
Yeah, definitely. Were there any other strategies that you remember that we implemented maybe when you were out boating or with friends that were it was a big difference than what you would have done in the past?
knowing that we were going to be out for the day, so to speak, and then probably eating out, we would plan accordingly. We weren't always successful, honestly.
Nobody ever is, right? But
Yeah.
you're aware of your choices and how to then start to make better ones as a result.
Right. But that either save a little room from breakfast or lunch
Right.
so we could have the dinner. Those kinds of strategies. We didn't have to make a crazy plan, but we were well aware of, hey, we're gonna be out today, probably eating out later, and let's make some wise decisions.
Yeah, and that was new to us, was planning our meals rather than just going out and, "Hey, what are we gonna do today?" So, yeah, and it was interesting because in the beginning, we were so concerned because we ate out a lot. We decided we're gonna, cook at home more, which we both enjoy doing. It wasn't a problem. But, when we would go out to eat, I would ask the waiter, "Do you know how many ounces this fish is?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's 3 ounces. The vegetables are 4." And then he gives me
Yeah.
all the ounces. I'm like, "How do you know that?" And he said, "We have people all the time coming in and with an app putting in what they're eating." So even the
Right.
waiters in the restaurants are
It's
starting
funny.
to.
And
Yeah.
it's important. People don't even realize that they could just call ahead and have a better understanding on how to order out at a restaurant. Just like, hey, if I show up, can I order like this and it be fine? And they'll tell you. And or just showing up and asking simple questions like that. And even to the point where you both are at a couple months in, you can visibly understand if this is the right amount of food to be eating, or if you should probably take some home in the doggy bag for tomorrow.
Portions is a big thing too. I mean, I grew up in an Italian home and it was the pasta and the
Right.
more we ate, the happier the family was. We learned I
Yeah.
learned too that what I'm going to stop when I'm content. I don't need to finish everything in my plate. And so I started to be more aware of that. And that helped me with, hey, I'm not hungry anymore. Why am I continuing to eat? So
And that's what helped get those arms be in shape. Yeah, there you go.
cold in Florida today.
Yes, yeah, right. It's freezing in Ohio here today. I'll trade you though. All right. Now, what was, say, a big challenge for you to even get started, signed up in the first place?
Uh, It was your idea. I just didn't
Yeah, it
know.
was Doug's idea. That's what I was going to say. Doug had the idea first, and he said, "Barb, you should join in." And
Yeah.
that for Barb, that's a big challenge. Like, wait a minute here. Why do I need to do that? What are you implying here?
Well, it's that it, I have a problem with discipline, and I thought I wouldn't be disciplined enough to go through it. I don't want to start it and then
Right.
I don't finish it. But once we got started and I met you and we started the program, it was enjoyable and it was informative, and so yeah, it was great. And then we had a good time along the way.
Yeah, I would say um actually I had never paid for a plan before. I would glean on social media what I could. I would read a book or something like that. Sometimes when you pay for things, I don't want to, don't take this personally, but sometimes when you pay for things, it hurts a little bit, and
Hmm.
it motivates you.
Yeah.
And my challenge was, I don't know if I want to pay for this and fail again.
Right. Yeah,
Mm.
that's a very big
Yeah,
issue. So many people have lost weight, but they can't keep it off, and that's I believe that's even a bigger problem is weight maintenance, not just weight loss. People are losing weights, even say with the GLP-1s or something that are all over the marketplace, or whatever diet that has come in the last 20, 30,
Hmm.
40 years, right? People lose weight and
Yeah.
then they
right,
gain it back. And how do I overcome that feeling and sense of actually following through with it, actually getting what I need? And yeah, if you pay attention to what to do, how you're doing, why you're doing it, which is important process for us to be able to communicate not only individually but also collectively and work together so you can continue this long term. And I think that's a really cool part that you both came together and said, okay, we're going to do this together. We're going to get healthier together. I mean, you've literally lived life together and doing everything
Yeah.
together. And why not do this so that the next
right,
decade, 2 decades, ideally 3 decades of your life, you thrive because you don't have to think about what you're eating anymore or get caught up in just slowly gaining weight and gaining a chronic illness that's gonna cause a lot of problems, or you will pay way more for a chronic illness than you paid for me, right?
Right.
oh, absolutely,
That's for
uh,
sure.
in the personal attention because everyone is different. So,
Right.
we were able to measure and weigh and know our lifestyle and know our wants. And so that personal attention is worth the money itself, because if you're watching something on social media or you're reading a book, you're not getting that feedback, you're not
Right.
getting that personal attention.
Right.
And that's what coaches are all about, is getting the personal attention.
just
Yep.
another little side note as far as paying goes. The cost, what we invested with you, we got back in smart shopping.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, we used to go to a restaurant 3 times a week at least, and I think in the 12 weeks, we probably went to a restaurant maybe twice.
I guess I don't miss it then.
So we saved a boatload of money doing that.
Right, right. I love it when someone goes to the grocery store. I had literally had one guy who said, I saved $100 on my last grocery bill. Shoot, I'm going to pay for myself.
I'll tell you the best part. We're married 46 years.
Yeah, it's
And
incredible.
I've always done the shopping and I've always done the
Oh,
cooking.
yes, this is huge.
So since we retired and he got on this program, he goes shopping every week. I'm like,
Yes.
amazing in itself. That's worth the money.
Right.
And yeah, he'll go to 2 or 3 different stores and compare and look at the labels. And I'm like, this is
It's doing all the
awesome.
work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even started cooking
Yeah.
and even food breakfast every morning. So yeah, it is well worth the program.
Yes. And that's her love language, right?
Yeah,
Doug,
yes.
wink, wink.
Acts of service.
Nothing goes in the basket anymore without looking at the labels. I
Yeah.
tell you.
Yeah.
So
That's huge. That is
Yeah.
huge. And you were comparing me to a big brand, right? When we initially talked, we talked about some of the pros cons of each different way, and obviously you settled on here, which would be able to give you a very personalized concierge like service. I'm not cooking your food for you, people, but when you had a question, you got an answer. When you shared information, you got feedback. When you were in a situation, you got a solution that made sense for not one of you, but both of you together. And I think that is a huge opportunity that we were able to really maximize here. Now you both can work together with what nutrition is and what your needs are. Hey, I want pasta tonight. Okay, I can manage that. I understand how to
Right.
fit a pasta dinner in, or going out to, I want to go out to eat tonight. Okay, great. I can go wine and dine my wife and not come back with an extra 1,000 calories because I don't know what I'm doing. It's
Right.
huge.
And I think the first week we were shopping and we were texting pictures to you. Certain, should I buy this? And you're like, no, that's no good. Try this. And because we were learning pretty much everything as things went along and we got more educated, we didn't need to do that. But in the beginning, you were there to help us get started.
yeah, it was difficult at first. I
Yeah.
must admit.
I mean, it was
You're
not
learning.
difficult. It was, yeah, it was different and
Different is a good way to put it. Not difficult. Everything that I ever told you was simple to,
Oh,
Yeah.
to
Not
understand, and
Yeah.
even, but it's not necessarily easy. It's simple, but not easy. And that's a huge differentiator, because my goal is to make it simple and easy to maintain and manage in your day-to-day life.
Yeah, I'm not saying the program was difficult. It was
I
so
was
we had
adjusting. I
so we had
think.
to figure it out, and we'd go and okay, well,
Habit.
we've got today's dinner figured out. Okay, what are we going to do tomorrow?
Yep. Yep.
We live in a society where everybody wants everything instantly. Wait, get a shot and live off of that rather than
Right.
do it the healthy right way. Because I've watched throughout the years many people go on different programs, different things, operations, pills, needles, and I've watched and I've seen that once it's over, they go right back to the way they were.
Right.
Oh, there was really no accomplishment. So, okay, so you lost weight for a few weeks or months or years,
Right.
but you're back at the place that you were because your lifestyle didn't change. So,
Right.
yeah.
1,000%. Skills can be learned. The process of understanding nutrition, understanding fitness, understanding a healthy lifestyle is just a skill set. And my goal is to understand what your skills are, where they're at in the process, and encourage you to improve those. An example would be grocery shopping. A lot of people know how to grocery shop, or how to, what else? Go out to eat. They just eat whatever. And there's easy ways to manipulate what you're getting when eating out that still align with, of
Yeah.
course, choosing a healthier option, but keeping the level of enjoyment and satisfaction out of that meal really high too.
Absolutely.
Now,
Yeah.
if someone were in a similar position to where you both were when you started, and maybe it's been a way too long since they've been in a certain weight or say a clothing size, what advice would you tell them to encourage them to move forward with taking better care of themselves?
I would say be serious, create a positive mindset, and keep your eye on the prize. I did share with you, Brian, one time, Facebook or Instagram, whatever it was, I saw a quote one morning. I shared it with you, and I think it said, "Discipline is remembering the person you said you wanted to be."
Mm.
And when I saw that, it motivated me even more. I said, "This is what I'm doing this for." I'm not that person yet, and I'm still not.
We evolve.
I'm still a work in progress. But that's driving me to hit the weights in the morning and do the walk and get on the Peloton and you know cook a good breakfast and that kind of thing.
You're giving Barb a better version of yourself right now, right? More energy.
Absolutely.
You look
That's right.
better. You feel
Mm.
better. You cook her meals for her. She's loving it.
I am. I'm a goal oriented person. So for me, I have to have goals. So when we began, my goal was the wedding. And so I got to that place just a couple of weeks ago. So now my next goal is I have to set goals. That's what keeps me going. Everybody's personality is different of
Yep.
how you can continue to do this. So I'm like, okay, we got the holidays coming up. So I
Right.
need to stay on course. So when the holidays come, I'm okay and I'm not gaining the weight back.
Nope.
I just set goals for myself, and that's what keeps me motivated.
Excellent.
Yeah, in fact.
Excellent.
I would say too, one other thing is that probably doesn't get a lot of hype from the way that you do things, but the habit list that you gave us was incredible. I could have been like,
84 or something. I spent 3 hours creating that thing.
yeah, this is something that you shared with us, and something that it's a tool that we should have used. And I could have just been like, you know what? I don't have time for this.
Right.
I gotta cook. I gotta do grocery shopping. I gotta work out. But I looked at it and I was very intentional about it. And I would purposely and intentionally pick 2 a week, just little ones like practice gratitude or wake up
Yep.
at the same time every day, and just create these little habits. And it really kind of sets your life in order
Right.
when you
I think we spoke about your morning routine and your happy place in a sense, right?
yes, yes.
And just the view that you have and from even your backyard and really honoring that and the ability to just be in that place was special.
Yeah.
That's correct.
And the lists that you gave were great because if we were making something to eat and we needed more protein, I'd go over to the list. It has more protein in it. It was right there. We kept it in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
your resources are very helpful.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Everything.
Gotta keep it simple and easy, right? You could just quickly understand what you needed to do and implement on it, which is great, which is the whole point of all this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you both so much for staying focused, staying direct to your goals, and actually accomplishing them and keeping this moving forward, because the best years of your life should be ahead of you, right? Especially with you are newly retired. You have a lot more time and energy to focus on each other, on yourselves individually, on fun times like pickleball and traveling the world, and spending a lot of your time with your family too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
we've equipped you with that.
Yeah.
Excited that now, if anyone is inspired, a singular person or a couple, you can see how I was able to, say, thread the needle with these two to understand and communicate better about nutrition and fitness and taking care of themselves in a way that's manageable and sustainable. If you're interested, reach out. You can just comment below or catch me at Coach Brian Piranha on the Insta or other socials, or even brianpiranha.com. You can find me. But I appreciate you so much. You both are awesome to work with. Just
Thank you. We
focused,
enjoyed it.
made
Thank you.
amazing progress.
Thanks.
We appreciate you, Brian. We're not done.
Oh, no. We're never done, right? And we just keep moving forward and improving. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, everyone out there. Thank you for watching, listening. Have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you.